Hey dear After Ellen viewers, welcome to another vlogisode of Dana Does It with Glee. In this vlog, we will be talking about the most recent episode of Glee, Swan Song, or as I like to call it, Ryan Murphy drop kicked me in the face. I do want to let you dear viewers know that I always do a musical piece or song in each of the vlogs. Unfortunately, for this particular vlog, that won't be happening for two reasons. Number one, I have the flu really, really bad, and I have pretty much no singing voice, barely a speaking voice. Hold on. Zibit, zibit, okay, so no. Number two, there is no song in my heart from this episode. I really struggled deciding how to present this vlog today because, really at first, my first reaction was, to do about just 12 minutes of me drinking whiskey. But I thought, maybe not. Yeah, see what I mean? To say that this episode was controversial, well, that would be an understatement of enormous proportions. But first, I'd like to talk about, just a couple of the other plot points that happened on this episode of Glee. It's really good to know that Marley is alive and well for the most part. I was just wondering if anyone, maybe I don't know, guidance counselor or teacher or friend, anyone was going to address her eating disorder. The very, very tumultuous teacher-student relationship between Cassandra July and Rachel Berry seems to be coming to an even bigger head, and I, for one, am looking forward to the diva explosion. The friendship between Kurt and Rachel. It's always been there, but it just keeps getting deeper and better, and it's like they can finally come out of their own egos a little bit to really be there for one another in a real, meaningful, authentic way. Blaine refuses to cross over to the dark side and become a warbler again. But he'll join the Cheerios. Sugar's gone? For real? Forever? Sugar, we hardly knew ye. To me, you'll always be that crazy girl just screaming random lines in the background. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really like Brody. I like the direction that they're going with his character. I mean, he's hot, he's funny, he's smart, he's cocky. He's exactly the kind of boyfriend that Rachel Berry needs. At least for now. Something Stupid. Originally performed by Frank Sinatra, this time performed by Brittany and Sam. You know what? It was hard to judge this number just because I knew what was coming and my hamster wheel was spinning. It was cute. It was a cute number. It's not too often that we actually get to hear Brittany sing, so that was nice. And they didn't auto-tune her. And it was, under other circumstances, I would have snapped my finger a little bit, but I was kind of just waiting. So, all that jazz from the musical Chicago, and performed by Rachel Berry, Cassandra July, and the NYADA, freshman class. Sometimes Glee brings in guest stars and you're like, what? But then sometimes they pick guest stars that are absolutely perfect. And Kate Hudson isn't there by accident or because she knows somebody or she wanted to be on the show. She's there because she has the right mix with Lea Michele. They are perfect foils for one another, and their voices work really, really well together. I mean, anything from Chicago is pretty much hot. That's the way it is. It's fussy, baby. It's fussy. And, this number didn't disappoint. Lea Michele looked amazing. They sounded terrific together. If it hadn't been right attached to the whole Bram incident, I think I probably would have loved it. Maybe when I watch it another time, when I've had a little more, space, I will. Being Alive from the musical Company and sung by Mr. Kurt Hummel. Where I come from, this is the kind of number where you take off your shoe and throw it at the person. That is the highest compliment that you can receive. Kurt Hummel, I throw my shoe at you. Figuratively. Being Good Isn't Good Enough from Hallelujah Baby, which, if you are not acquainted, is a really obscure-ass musical from the late 60s. And, of course, it's sung by Rachel Berry. Listen. Rachel, Leah, she sells every song she does. This song was a little boring, I personally felt. But that doesn't take away from Leah and her technique and her voice. Another pet peeve, okay? Leah, you don't have to sound like Barbra Streisand. You don't have to do the Barbra Streisand thing. You know why? Because you're Leah Michelle. You're your own thing. Girl, go with it. Oh Holy Night. Traditional Christmas song sung by Rachel Berry. This was my highlight of the evening. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. Everything was in the right, perfect place. It's, it's the kind of song that's sung really well. It just goes right through you. You feel it. And it's got that great, great money note right at the end, the whole octave on the divine. Now, that wasn't enough for Leah. No, or I should say Rachel Berry. No, Rachel Berry, she went one more. She just threw another one in there. 2 money notes. 2. And finally, Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House and sung by the New Directions. I kind of liked Finn's voice on this. I'm going to say it. I kind of didn't mind it. It's kind of an uplifting little number. It's got some fun harmonies. I loved the duets going on. It worked really well. Oh, I hate, though, when they do scenes in that courtyard of doom, that kind of, like, mixed martial arts wrestling cage match thing. It's the weirdest set. But anyway, it was sweet. Everyone was in their, like, warm, toasty hats and gloves. It kind of gave you a little bit of hope. And after this episode, I need a little hope. Which brings me to this. If you're watching this, then you probably pick up on most of the Glee material that is on After Ellen, and you likely saw my reactions, along with Heather Hogan and Valerie Ann and Elaine Atwell, about this whole Bram situation. Actually, you know what? Screw that. It's not the Bram situation. Frankly, I watched the Bram scene, I watched the two of them singing together, cuddling, doing that kind of stuff, and you know what? It didn't kill me. It didn't break my heart. It didn't even make it pang a little bit. It was moving on. And I was okay with it. I was worried I wouldn't be, but I was okay with it. What I'm not okay with is deciding to focus in on a subset of your fans. People that love and care about your characters in your show, and publicly shaming them in front of the entire viewing audience. I highly, highly, highly doubt that Ryan Murphy has ever seen my vlog, or will ever see my vlog. But since he singled out lesbian bloggers, in a way, he's singling out people like me. So here I am. I come here every week and I talk about your show. I talk about your show because I love your show. It drives me crazy. It makes me want to pull my hair out, but I'm here because I've always loved Glee. And I'm here because of the people that love Glee. If you don't understand the frustration of fans who have spent 3 years watching a couple that they love, that they identify with, 3 years to get so very little, and in the blink of an eye, see half of that ship get so much more with someone else. If you don't understand that frustration, then I don't think you truly understand what it's like to be a fan. Just do us a favor. Don't try to pretend that this was some way to cushion the blow. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining men, okay? It was unkind. And it wasn't right. I'm going to keep vlogging, and I'm going to keep watching Glee. And I know that some of you may not. And that's okay. And I don't blame you. And as I've said before, I'm in this to the bitter end, for better or for worse. And I will do my absolute best to give you content and songs and vlogs worthy of your fandom. I asked you on Twitter, what would you say in your most heartfelt way to the writers and staff of Glee? And I don't think there's a better way to close this vlog but with the fans, your own words. So with that, I will bid you adieu. Until next time on Dana Does It with Glee.